We've seen Messi sabotage a professional fighter to settle a personal score. But this is pure villain origin story behavior because, believe it or not, the leaked audio that recently surfaced online has the streets trembling, knee trembling, like a Love and Hip Hop reunion fight that was allegedly filmed on a yacht during a thunderstorm. I use that word loosely because Remy Ma was caught on tape discussing a disqualification loophole that could have resulted in Claressa Shields being eliminated from her own title fight. Yes, the self-proclaimed queen of rap is out here moving, like she's trying out for an episode of Power. Let's not forget the suspicious timing, dubious motive, and immaculate pettiness. This is about boxing. Or was it still about Papoose and the drama surrounding the BET Awards? Insiders are speculating that camps are denying and Twitter detectives have already slowed down, captioned and analyzed the audio as if it were a JFK conspiracy. The tea is boiling, the gloves are off, and the receipts are messy. This is the gossip spill vibe, and what we're about to uncover could change everything. So let's get right to the point. Remy Ma, a legendary figure in Bronx, royalty and a former terror squad top shooter, is being accused of something that has the hip-hop and boxing industries scrutinizing her more than Nicki did Miley back in 2015. Did she actually attempt to disqualify a professional boxer, Claressa T-Rex Shields, before a title fight in Chile? Let's set the scene. We all remember the BET Awards drama when Remy Ma appeared on the blue carpet, seemingly at peace. But the internet knew better. Rumors were already circulating that Papoose had been spotted at an after-hours event in Detroit. And yes, you guessed it, with Claressa Shields. At first, people dismissed it, saying that he was probably just training because she's a fighter and he's into fitness. Until that now famous papa touched the small of her back. The video was shot from a shady angle, grainy like a Motorola Razr. But it showed Pap laughing, Claressa smiling, and Remy not in sight. Then, boom. The next thing we know is that Remy skips press week for the boxing event in which Claressa was featured. Fans say, that's weird. However, Ree's team says she had a scheduling conflict. Then, just 1 week before Clarissa's big middleweight title defense, leaked audio purportedly recorded in a Miami hotel suite begins to circulate on private Discord servers. And in it, a woman who sounds a lot like Remy Ma is heard saying, "It doesn't have to be messy. All I need is one slip-up, illegal glove wrap, a weight issue, anything. If she can't clear it, she can't fight. Simple, excuse me?" The audio is low but unmistakable. And it wasn't just the words, but the tone that same I said what I said energy Remy gave us when she ate Nicki Minaj alive on Cheddar Cold. Boxing Twitter blew up at that point. Some people claimed it was fake, while others said it was edited. However, the Neighborhood Freak, a messy underground gossip page with a 98% drama accuracy rate, posted a voice match breakdown using AI software. And at this point, you have boxing fans in denial, hip-hop fans perplexed, and Claressa's camp completely silent. Why would Remy do this? What could possibly make her risk everything, her reputation, her legacy, and her freedom just to undermine Claressa? Remember, Remy Ma doesn't do LS. This is the same woman who served 6 years in prison, came out swinging with bars, landed a bet slot, had a hit with Fat Joe, and had a role on Love and Hip Hop, where she basically ran the franchise. She's always been tough, but lately she's been erratic. Exhibit A shows the very cold birthday dinner in April when Papoose was there, but the smile forced Claressa to arrive late. And the entire event felt more like a red carpet trap than a celebration. Exhibit B shows a deleted Instagram story from Ree's backup account where she posted a black screen with the words, "Sometimes you've got to remind people you're not the one who posted the deleted." But not before fans screen recorded it and went completely crazy. Some people believe that Remy did this out of personal jealousy for business. Remy has always treated herself like a brand. So if rumors start to circulate about her man getting too close to a championship boxer, that's not only embarrassing, but it's bad for business. One anonymous source from the IBF International Boxing Federation told Gossip Spill Vibe exclusively that there was talk months ago that someone in Remy Ma's camp attempted to delay a sanctioning approval for one of Claressa's previous fights. At the time, we assumed it was just red tape, but now it's looking really shady. The worst part is that this fight was supposed to be the most watched women's boxing match of the year, with millions in endorsements and exclusive streaming deals. Even Rihanna's Fenty was rumored to be a sponsor, so if someone tried to break that on purpose, that's not petty beef, it's industry sabotage. Meanwhile, fans on X Twitter were going crazy at Trap Boxing Bay. Not Remy turning into heels, and I'm screaming at Petty Peso _88. If she actually said that in the audio, throw the entire terror squad in jail, pun. Didn't die for this at Goddess Shields fan account? Claressa remains unconcatenated though, as she posted a video of herself shadowboxing with the caption, "No distractions, just discipline. They're going to have to kill me to take this belt." Mic drop. So now we have a full-blown scandal. Alleged leaked audio, insider whispers, fan reactions. And a brewing war between two powerful women, one with bars and the other with belts. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, someone anonymously sends an email to multiple outlets, including the Shadeboro, Gossip, Nakasur, and yours truly here at Gossip Spill Vibe, with a subject line that reads, "Check her weight. Cut." I've attached a PDF with what look to be digital win logs, timestamps, and comments about rapid drop inconsistencies. But the numbers don't add up. Claressa reportedly lost 5 pounds overnight, and someone reported it as unnatural. Which is crazy because now it appears that someone was preparing to disqualify her before the fight even took place. When we looked at the metadata on that PDF, we discovered that the original creator was Marie Publish Remy Ma. Her birth name is Reminisce K. Smith. And her publishing company is R. Marie Publishing. Now, we don't have proof that she made the file herself, but if this was a setup, it was messy, purposeful, and damning. By this point, boxing officials are panicking. Sponsors are demanding clarification, and fans are using the magnifying glass to call it Glovegate. Just as the outrage reaches its peak, another recording drops. And yes, just as Glogget becomes popular, the internet as a whole freezes. In a new clip posted anonymously to a burner YouTube account called Fight Night Truths, a woman who sounds uncannily similar to Remy is heard saying, "If I get Dre on the line, it's done. He still owes me from Atlantic City. Just tell him the cut was suspicious and say the hydration was off." Let's break that down. Dre is allegedly referring to Andre King, a mid-level boxing commissioner, who has worked several title fights in the past and has known connections to both Remy's entertainment team and several boxing promoters. Atlantic City is the same location where Remy held a low-key event last year called a Celebrity Fight Night, which was mysteriously interrupted by a lighting problem. Story that never sat well with insiders is now being portrayed in a completely different light. Was that lighting issue just a pretext for some dubious last-minute rule changes for Claressa's title fight? More importantly, is this the same Andre King who allegedly approved dubious last-minute rule changes for Claressa's fight? According to a now-deleted thread on the Boxing Watchdog subreddit, fight officials received a request to double-check Claressa's hand wraps a few minutes before her entrance. When boxing insiders looked at the footage, they saw something off. Claressa's wraps were inspected twice, which is against standard procedure unless an official protest has been filed, so nobody knows who filed it. In the meantime, the audio is spreading faster than wildfire, and media outlets are scrambling. The Shade Room posts a full transcription with the caption, "Is this Remy Ma playing dirty? Or just another deepfake conspiracy?" And within hours, it racks up over 1 million views and nearly 12,000 comments. However, sources close to Claressa's camp claim they were taken by surprise. One assistant trainer told us, "We weren't told who protested. They just said, follow protocol." However, the vibe was heavy, and it felt like someone wanted us out before we intervened. The assistant claims that she had people investigating Claressa months ago after Pap went to that training event alone and felt sabotaged. I'm not sure if she meant to sabotage it, but there were definitely conversations about distractions. And that word keeps coming up in both audio clips and in multiple anonymous tips in subtweets. Suddenly, everyone realizes that this wasn't about boxing strategy, but rather psychological warfare. Former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder even weighed in during a live stream, saying, "If that's Remy on those tapes, that's foul. You don't mess with anybody's grind like that." Claressa earned that ring, and don't try to play her from the sidelines. And yet, the Shade Room denied any coordination with outside PR, but the timing of their posts raised eyebrows because every time a new piece of audio dropped, a deflecting article about Claressa's sponsorships or alleged diva behavior followed within 24 hours. Speaking of diva rumors, let's talk about how multiple insiders started pushing a new narrative that Claressa is difficult and uncooperative. In a private group chat between boutique promoters, a user named MSR_exec discusses coordinating media narratives prior to the fight. One line reads, "Get Shade Room to run distraction piece if hydration angle flops." Let's get this straight. Remy skips press week. Her glam squad shows up. And her name is linked to 2 alleged audio recordings plotting to undermine the headliner. Now that ghost files are surfacing with her publishing credentials, someone is either going to jail or should be cast as the lead in the next Ocean's 11 reboot, because this level of sneakiness requires planning. Additionally, the glam room was already assigned to someone else, Remy Ma, who canceled her appearance at the last minute. Additionally, she refused to share the glam room, $18,500 from a protein drink company. The brand's legal team flagged the wire transfer as potentially liable for image damage, which is why they received a worried media tip about Claressa's pending regulatory violation. This was flagged again before the fight, before any real issues had been brought up by an official governing body that profited from making Claressa appear unstable, unpredictable, or ineligible before a fight. The internet is working round the clock, and one user on TikTok even made a detailed timeline that included dates, photos, and recordings, even connecting wardrobe choices to suspicious behavior. She claimed that Remy wore black to a red carpet event because she was grieving for Claressa's career. The video reached the 3rd mark, 6 million views in a single day. As for Claressa, she hasn't done any interviews or press junkets, but she did post a single tweet that let them throw dirt on me. "I built my legacy in mud." And that silence and composure is making Ree's side look worse by the day, because while Claressa maintains her class, Ree's team has gone into full ghost mode with no interviews, publicist statements, or even a denial. The only comment was made by Fat Joe during a live stream with Angie Martinez. Stated, "I don't know what's going on with that situation, but Ree's my sister. I just hope everybody tells the truth." In other words, he doesn't want to be caught in the crossfire, and Bet has discreetly canceled a scheduled interview. The question on everyone's mind is, what will happen now that Remy Ma from their online platform and HBO Boxing have begun more thoroughly screening upcoming events, requiring third-party hydration logs and secondary wrap inspections? If these audio files are authentic, and at least one has been confirmed by 2 independent audio labs, this could cause more than just career damage. It could lead to an actual investigation. One sports law expert lawyer we spoke with stated that if someone with financial stakes in a match tried to influence the result or athlete's image in the eyes of a governing body, that's grounds for legal action. In extreme cases, it could be classified as attempted fraud, which is not drama and is criminal. We've gone from a leaked phone call to an industry probe. And just when you think it can't get any worse, word comes out that Claressa has hired a lawyer, not just any lawyer, but Jordan Estes, the same lawyer who handled defamation cases for multiple NFL stars. This is a sign that she's not just defending herself in the ring anymore. She's coming for reputations. As we're all waiting impatiently on Twitter for the next twist, bombshell drops. Security footage from the night before the YN, a luxury hotel hallway, and a woman who looks a lot like Remy Ma. We'll pick up where we left off with hallway footage of a mystery visit and Claressa Shields' missing electrolyte packs just hours before when. There was no security and no cameras inside the room. But the hallway timestamp matches the time when Claressa's trainer later reported missing electrolyte packs from their prep bags. Fans are wondering why she was there and what she was looking for, or if this was a coincidence or something much more planned. Because if that footage holds up, it's possible that the incident was planned. We don't know what happened inside the room, but at precisely 11:42 p.m., Clarissa's team is by herself, wearing a hoodie, and her camp reports that 2 electrolyte packets are missing. Her lead dietitian posts a mysterious Instagram story, and we prepare for everything except sabotage. At this point, public trust is eroding. People are done speculating and now demanding accountability. Boxing organizations are scrambling, fans are furious, promoters are silent. But the damage is already done, as several sponsors have frozen upcoming payments to Remy Ma's lifestyle brand on the grounds of reputational risk and a pending public review. Controversies. Her podcast deal was placed on indefinite hold. Her partnership with a major skincare company was quietly removed from their website. And you may recall the PDF file metadata we discussed in Part 1, the one labeled Art. Marie Publish. Forensics teams were able to trace the original upload back to a Miami hotel's public Wi-Fi server, which was the same hotel that hosted both Ray's team and Claressa's for pre-fight media events. Additionally, there was digital fingerprint overlap from a device that was previously connected to Remy's official social media manager. Athletes. And if intentional interference is proven, Remy Ma may face criminal charges. Specifically attempted manipulation of a sanctioned athletic event, which is a third-degree felony in some states. Since this notice was filed, Papoose has gone completely silent. His Instagram hasn't had any posts or stories, not even his typical inspirational quotes. Sources claim that he is extremely embarrassed and is thinking about formally separating from Remy to protect his brand. Meanwhile, Claressa recently scheduled a telling interview with a major streaming service, the same one that aired the Prince Harry and Meghan documentary, which is currently being edited under the working title Unbothered. The Shield story doesn't end there, as the commission also found internal documents demonstrating that another fighter in Claressa's weight class filed a formal complaint months ago, claiming she was abruptly pulled from a fight without warning and that her opponent had substituted someone involved with Remy Ma's new sports agency project. Yes, Remy Ma quietly started a business earlier this year called RMP Sports and Entertainment with the intention of managing crossover athletes, specifically women in boxing and MMA looking to tap into the entertainment industry. However, now that the agency is being investigated, 2 whistleblowers have come forward, claiming they were asked to investigate Claressa's background under the pretense of brand management vetting. And one of them dropped a receipt and a forwarded email from someone with the initials RMS reading, "I need intel. Red flags, past missed wins, behavior issues." This has to be clean. She can't look like a hero, and if that's real, it's not just sabotage, it's coordinated. Defamation legal analysts say Claressa now has grounds to sue for damages, both financial and reputational, with her attorney already putting together a team of cyberforensics experts. The discovery process could get ugly. We're talking about subpoenas, deleted files, and private messages. And if it's proven that anyone in Rhee's camp actively conspired to thwart Claressa's title defense, the entire victory could be challenged retroactively. But what does the public think? Let's take a look at the latest reactions coming in at ChampLive. Remy Ma better start rapping from a courtroom. This isn't a diss track. It's a criminal case at Justice for T_X. I hope Claressa sues and releases a fragrance called Sabotaged by Remy. I'll buy 10 bottles. Even in hip-hop, people are taking sides. Foxy Brown shared a throwback photo of Claressa with the caption, "Stay dangerous, Queen." DJ Envy attempted to be impartial, but ultimately dragged himself by saying, "We don't know all the facts, but if Remy did this, it's definitely not a good look." Fans immediately dragged him for that tepid response, calling it spineless commentary and damage control radio. Meanwhile, Cardi B, who once toured with Remy early in her career, unfollowed her and liked 3 tweets supporting Claressa's lawsuit. The writing's on the wall, and just when we think the drama has peaked, an alleged confrontation surfaces. Sources from a Miami steakhouse claimed that Remy Ma and Claressa Shields came face-to-face just 2 nights after the fight in a private dining room with no cameras. But reportedly, voices were raised. Staff members say security was briefly called to stand by. One insider said Claressa stood up and said, "You picked the wrong one," and walked out. Remy didn't follow. Now, we don't know. Claressa's team only issued a statement stating that Miss Shields has nothing to hide and everything to protect, although Remy Ma has not yet made a public statement. Her camp has reportedly gone into crisis PR mode, hiring a reputation manager who has experience spinning high-profile messes involving athletes, influencers, and reality stars. However, let's face it, the damage is done with leaked audios. Missing supplements, metadata receipts, and career sabotage, this wasn't just a bad look. It was a whole cinematic plot. Whether Remy Ma escapes punishment or faces formal investigation, the stain of this controversy won't go away, especially now that Claressa is planning to start a new foundation that focuses on mental health and fair play in women's sports. Her team claims that she turned pain into purpose. Someone tried to break her, they only made her bigger. This raises the question of who really wins in all of this, because while Claressa may walk away with her belt, her brand, and a lawsuit ready to shake the table, Remy Ma is at a crossroads. An icon being rebranded by scandal rather than strategy, and all of this allegedly over a man moment. And a matchup that wasn't supposed to turn this dirty, collapsing, and 2 powerful women are now on opposing sides of a silent war that's not just about fame, but also about legacy. What do you think? Was this all a media circus based on deepfakes and rumors? Or did Remy Ma actually attempt a plan? A behind-the-scenes takedown of the most powerful woman in boxing? Was it revenge, ego, or something more significant like industry control? This story has it all. Backroom deals, anonymous tips, confrontations, suspicious wines, and no clear statement from Remy Ma herself. We'll let you decide if this is career suicide or just another chapter in the never-ending drama of fame, power, and pride. Let us know in the comments. Most importantly, who do you think? If you're still holding your breath, ring the bell and like this video. If you want more controversy, turmoil, and tea heated than a summer jam mic, subscribe. We assure you that this tale is far from done.